Werewolf stands by side of road for months. When stranger approaches they discover incredible truth. Werewolves are legends of folklore, and people have been speculating their existence for centuries. But for the residents of Madera Ranchos, California, there were numerous sightings every day of a mysterious werewolf wandering around the orchards. The werewolf had been stood by the roadside for several months. It was skinny and balding, with scaly, hard skin, and its tail was broken. It looked like it hadn't eaten in weeks and was completely alone. Nobody wanted to approach the creature because it looked too scary and dangerous. Nobody knew what animal the creature was, as nobody dared get close enough to find out. Until, at the end of March, a woman passing by in her car saw the poor animal and stopped to take a picture. Posting it on Facebook, she waited for help to arrive as she sat and watched from her car. Thankfully, it wasn't long before a hero arrived. Megan Bowe, the founder of Bowe's adoptable rescued pup, bravely approached the werewolf, and what she found brought her to tears. "I was about ready to cry when I saw how bad off he was. He was really on his last leg. He was depressed and could barely even stand up." The werewolf's true identity was revealed. Upon inspection, Megan realized that this werewolf was actually a severely malnourished and neglected German Shepherd mix. Naming him King, she brought him to her car and rushed him to an emergency veterinary clinic. King didn't put up a fight with Megan. He was happy to go with her. He must have been relieved to finally be receiving help and care from someone. The veterinarian found numerous problems with the poor German Shepherd. He had scabies, a broken pelvis and a broken tail, along with various other diseases and injuries. King looked like an old dog, but as it turned out, he was only 1 year old. "My vet thinks he got hit by a car, and that would explain how his tail was so messed up, too. That injury happened months ago because by the time I got him it had already started to heal incorrectly. And with such a damaged pelvis, he wasn't able to get around very far on his own to look for food, so he was extremely skinny and dehydrated. Some of King's diseases were infectious, so he had to be separated from the other dogs in Megan's care. She set up a quarantine area in her garage where he could rest and recover without affecting the other animals. Megan started King off on small portions of food and gradually increased the size to build up his weight. He would need all the strength he could muster for his operations on his tail and pelvis. Despite everything King had been through, he was a loving, grateful dog. Whenever Megan sits down, he comes over and rests his head on her lap, wanting to give her a hug. A month into his treatment, King began to improve. Once he was strong enough, he underwent surgery to repair his pelvis and tail, and the surgery was successful. He is now well enough to start going for walks to strengthen his legs. He may need another operation on his hip, but for now, he is thriving in his new home. Just a few months ago, King was on death's door, but now he is living happily in a new home, getting healthier with every passing day. He no longer looks like the werewolf people were afraid of. In a few months, King should be healthy and ready to be put up for adoption. King loves his new life and enjoys all the things normal dogs do, like going for walks, eating doggy ice cream, and riding in the car with his head hanging out the window. He is happier than ever now. It's hard to think that all those cars passed him by and never stopped. No one wanted to bring him home or help him because he looked so bad. But all it took was one person. Thank goodness Megan found her way to him. If everybody had continued to look the other way when they saw the poor animal in need, then his story could have had a very different ending. All it takes is one person to make a difference. Now King will get the happy life that he deserves. Share this wonderful story with your friends to brighten their day.